Congratulations, Jim and Amy. This celebration is long overdue. Amy, for you, it's overdue as we have had several hurdles to get over during this past year. It feels good to be able to loosen up a little bit and take some time out of our day to celebrate you. Amy, please know that I have nothing but admiration and respect for you, as do all of your colleagues and all of your students. Please accept my warmest congratulations. And Jim, you're just old. Oh, goodness. You probably should have gotten this thing a while ago. But here we are. In preparing for this momentous occasion, Jim, I put an all call out on Facebook asking for some stories from some former students. What they shared proves to me that we really need to be careful what we say and do in front of our classes. They often watch. Sometimes we want them to watch, like during a pandemic. During this past year, there were times on Zoom that we prayed that they would watch. Sometimes we wanted them to put clothes on or brush their teeth or not watch from the bathroom or the bathtub. And yes, sometimes we were disappointed. At those times, we had to dig deep. And Jim, you did just that. You found a way to grab their attention. I have heard that you have been in touch with your more feminine side by wearing some wigs while teaching econ and civics. Evidently, you were a hit. And I think that's great. As much as the students appreciate your visual humor, what has stuck with them, though, are your words. Jace Wiltz and my own son Jason recall a particular moment with you. In the 9th and 10th grade, baseball, when baseball comes around, they can sometimes scrimmage one another. And Jim, maybe you recognize this. I'm not sure that I'm going to do it right. I hope that it rings a bell. But on those days, you do something like, "It's scrimmage day!" And you're like in their faces and like overwhelmed, so much so that they remember it years later. Kudos to you. Derek Evenson fondly remembered your hoorahs in the dugout and on the baseball field, while Elizabeth Schneider recalls those same hoorahs in the middle of your lessons. Again, kudos to you. Harrison Gravening had a different memory, though, that took place and evidently took place multiple times in the middle of your lesson, where you would call Harrison up. He would walk to the front of the room and you would go bang, and he would fall on the ground and lay there listening as you continued to seamlessly lecture to your class. Knowing Harrison, that's probably what happened. Caitlin Vogel has adopted something that you used to do. As the timer would tick down in Jeopardy, you would say, "Beep, beep." And evidently she does the same thing now to her students in Moorhead, and she absolutely loves it and smiles when she thinks about you. Corey Hickman's memory specifically focused on one afternoon at basketball practice. She was off shooting by herself, and on that particular day, she was especially good. You came by, just walking on by, singing, "This girl is on fire." She loved it. Jordan Byer had a basketball memory as well. Evidently, Greenie, when all three teams, A, B, and C, sweep, you chant, And again, I didn't hear it. I'm reading it, so you might do it differently. But what did we get? Sweep. What did we get? Sweep. And then you would grab the broom on the bus and go to the back and sweep, sweep, sweep all the way to the front. And evidently, one time, you even broke the broom. Oh, she loved that. More often than not, Jim, these young people shared with me tidbits of your wisdom. I don't know if you did this in the basketball court, football field. I'm guessing you didn't do it in class, but this is one of the quotes. Is that all you've got? Grandma Greenwald can run faster than that. Blake Ingebrigtsen said that often right as the bell is ringing at the end of the hour, you say, "Let me leave you with this." And then you go on pretty much throughout the passing time. And then the kids can go and make it to their next hour class, barely. During an attendance committee meeting, one student remembered a heartfelt lecture with a clear message about getting to class on time. He said that you told him that if he did that, he would amount to something. He wanted me to tell you that he is doing okay now. Mari Wevley remembered this quote. Nursing homes are like colleges without schools. Okay? She said that she used to write your Greenyisms in the back of her notebook and that she wishes she still had that notebook. By far and away, though, the most prominent of your words of wisdom would be this. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Kelsey Amundsen added that whenever she is provided a free lunch, she thinks, dang it, Greenie, this cost came from somewhere. Jim, as much as you make the students smile, you also touch their hearts. Megan Laura is so grateful for your encouragement as she set up a mentorship with Joe Schmidt from Channel 5 in the Twin Cities. When he was in Morris, as a guest speaker, you helped bring her back on stage or connect with him in one way or another. She got an autographed book. She cherishes that. Another student told me of a story when she needed to be seen by someone on a particular day. And it just so happened that you told her, it's good to see you today. You need to know that that mattered, especially on that day. A dear young woman shared with me a paper that she wrote about you her freshman year of college. She explained, I heard popping from my ankle. I knew that I could not continue to play. I limped off. The only person that saw me was our assistant coach. He called over the head coach and the trainer. My ankle wasn't broken, it was sprained. When the trainer had finished, Greenie came over. What he said changed the way I've looked at life since. He told me that it was so easy for something to be taken out of our lives. 1 minute we can be fine and the next minute on the ground with a sprained ankle. I would be able to play again, but what if the next time I couldn't? Sometimes life changes that quickly. We should take advantage of every opportunity and not take anything for granted. Good words. 25 years ago, an area teen was killed in an accident. His sister attended school in Morris. The accident had been recent and her pain still raw. She had taken a few minutes gathering herself together by walking around the school. She ran into both you and I, Jim. We were standing talking about something. Holly recalls you telling her to live every second of her life for the rest of her life. Let me say that again. To live every second of her day for the rest of her life, doing what she loved and what Jory, her brother, would want her to do. Jim, Holly wanted me to tell you thank you, and that she believes that she has lived her life in a manner that would make her brother, Jory, proud. She has never forgotten your words and hopes that she never will. You're a good man, Jim Greenwald. As we honor you today, I would confirm that you are right. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Although we all give this award to you freely, it is not free, for it is something that you have earned. Congratulations, Jim. I hope you have a marvelous day.